We are halfway through the year officially. It is July, which means it is time to cover housing market updates for the Central Coast, southern San Luis Obispo County, all the way through Santa Maria and Orchid area. If you don't know, my name is Christian Tiessen with Hubbell Real Estate, and I help families here on the Central Coast invest in their housing needs and secure a brighter future for themselves and their families. I'm going to do things a little bit different this time. I will still have a little bit of news at the end of the segment, but I'm gonna shrink my face so you don't have to stare at my mug the whole time. And I'm gonna put up some numbers and graphs on the screen. That way you can kind of just see these numbers a little bit easier. It'll be a little bit more of a visual representation of what we're talking about. And hopefully you guys like it. Let me know below if you do. So let's just jump into the numbers. Let's talk about southern San Luis Obispo County first. Active listings, 186, up from 181 last month and 172 the month before. Not much of an increase, basically the same. New listings slightly down, 175 compared to 192 for last month and 172 the month before. And sold listings, we're coming back up to a few months ago's numbers. We're at 178 this last month compared to 161 in May and 180 the month before. The absorption rate is slightly up, but basically the same, 1.2 months worth of inventory compared to 1.1 months the previous 2 months. Now, this is interesting though. Year-to-date absorption rate, and guys remember, absorption rate is if no new inventory came on the market today and current sales trends continued selling at the same pace, how many months would it take to sell all the supply on the market? So again, we're at 1.2 months this year. Year-to-date, we're at 1.3 months, and that is down 60% from last year's year-to-date. And last year's year-to-date was down 15% from 2019. So 1.3 year-to-date this year compared to 3.3 year-to-date last year. Median price was up 22% from 660,000 last June up to 807 this June. And year-to-date, the increase in southern San Luis Obispo County is up 19%. Huge increase on your investment in southern San Luis Obispo County. Now, moving over to Santa Maria, same numbers, active. 93 this month compared to 77 last month and 73 the month before. So a little bit more active listings, which is very good. New listings, 125 compared to 106 last month and 105 the previous month. So that's a big increase. That's a 25% jump in active listings on the market, or excuse me, new listings on the market. Sold was down 79 compared to 89 last month and 98 the month before. The last 4 months in a row, we've seen a 10% drop in sold listings in Santa Maria. That is a big number, and there could be many reasons for that. I think a huge reason is buyer fatigue. I saw a stat the other day that said the average home in America overall, not just here locally, but in America is getting 5.1 offers on average for the average sold home. So, there's a lot of buyer fatigue. Buyers, they get their hopes up, they find a house they love, they write an offer, and they get rejected. And they write another offer on another house, they get rejected. And after some time, they're gonna get sick of the process. They're gonna get sick of getting their hopes up and then getting rejected. So, we might be seeing a little bit of buyer fatigue, but don't waver, buyers, because the interest rate is still so low. I promise you, it is worth it. Long term, in a year, you will forget all of the pain and the suffering you've gone through to get your home. 2 years, 3 years, you're going to be rolling in the dough because we are seeing huge increases in the Santa Maria Valley as well. Absorption rate, 9.96 months worth of inventory. So less than 4 weeks, 0.8 last month, 0.78 the month before. Basically flat, but pretty much the same. Year-to-date, absorption rate down 47% in the Santa Maria Valley. We're at 0.85 year-to-date compared to 1.6 year-to-date from last year. So down 47%, a huge drop in active inventory. And think about that, guys. Again, I know I harp on this a lot, but a lot of people are talking about a crash, a slowdown. We have half the inventory we had last year at this time. And from 2019, we had about 3 times as much inventory as we have now. So even if people started getting in trouble and putting their house on the market, we still need 3 times the amount of inventory just to get back to 2019 levels, which were still considered a seller's market. So we have a long ways to go before we see a flip to a buyer's market. Now, median sale price in Santa Maria up 21.5% to 517 compared to 426 last year. And that is again, 21.5% increase. Year to date in Santa Maria, 14.12% increase. great return on your money. Now, the news I wanted to talk about today was not brand new today, but a couple weeks ago, the Supreme Court decided 5-4 to overturn the eviction ban, the eviction moratorium. They said the CDC does not have the authority to put in place an eviction moratorium. So they did not put it into effect immediately, but they're going to let it run through July. So at the end of July, no more moratorium. What does that mean? Well, you know, a lot of homeowners, a lot of landlords, people think of them as these super wealthy people. They have tons of money, they have all kinds of houses, and they're just, you know, sticking it to the poor renters. But a lot of landlords, the majority of landlords are just mom and pops. You know, maybe over the course of years, they bought 1 or 2 properties and they depend on this property for income, for retirement, or, you know, if they don't even have their mortgage paid off. You know, a lot of landlords, especially in this area, the rent to mortgage ratio isn't huge. So, you know, a lot of them maybe are only making $200-300 a month off that property. So not being able to collect rent for almost a year or over a year in some cases has been very detrimental to a lot of these landlords, and a lot of them feel stuck or have felt stuck, and we might see many of these properties come on the market. Hopefully we do see some of these properties come on the market because they've just been losing money hand over fist for the past year, and a lot of them are in trouble because of that and haven't had any real option on how to solve that problem. So that is a big development, the eviction moratorium being overturned. Keep an eye out for hopefully some more inventory coming on the market because of that. That's it for this week, or this month, I should say. If you guys have any questions or you know anybody that could use my services, again, my name is Christian Tiessen. I'm with Hubbell Real Estate here on the Central Coast. I serve everything from San Luis Obispo County all the way down to Santa Maria, Orchid area. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. My number is 805-459-9834. I'm looking forward to talking to you all very, very soon.